The project sponsor, generally an executive in the organization with the authority to assign resources and enforce decisions regarding the project, is a stakeholder. The customers, subcontractors, suppliers, and sometimes even the government are stakeholders. The project manager, project team members, the managers from other departments in the organization are stakeholders as well. It is important to identify all stakeholders in your project upfront. Leaving out important stakeholders or their department's function and not discovering the error until, well, later into the project could be a project killer. Let's take a look at these stakeholders, okay, and their relationship to the project manager. Let's start with the top management. The top management may include president of the company, vice presidents, directors, division manager, the corporate operating committee, and others. Those people will direct the strategy and development of the organization. On the plus side, you are likely to have the top management support, which means it will be easier to recruit the best staff to carry out the project and acquire needed material and resources. On the minus side, if anything goes wrong, okay, if you fail and the top management was on your side, then that failure is going to be visible for everyone to see. So what are some of the tips? Okay, let's talk about some of the tips when dealing with the top management, okay, or this sort of stakeholders. Number one, develop in-depth plans and major milestones that must be approved by top management during the planning and designing phase of the project. Ask top management associated with your project for their information reporting needs and frequency. Develop a status reporting methodology to be distributed on a scheduled basis. And finally, keep them informed of project risks and potential impacts at all times. What about the project team? When you talk about the project team, you're talking about people who are actually dedicated on the project, okay? People who work on the project, or people borrowed from other departments to come and work on project on part-time basis. So as a project manager, you need to provide leadership, direction, and above all, support to team members as they go about accomplishing their task. By working together with the project team, you are going to learn, okay? You're also going to learn from them, and you're also going to build a rapport, okay, with the team. Remember, it's not always the case that you know everything. So, that's the reason why you need to be close to your team members as a project manager. Here are some difficulties you may encounter in dealing with the project team members. Number one, because project team members are borrowed, they don't report to you. Their priorities may be elsewhere. They may be juggling many projects as well as their full-time job and have difficulty meeting deadlines. Number three, personality conflicts may arise. Number four, you may find out about missed deadlines when it is too late to recover. I suppose the question then becomes, how do you deal with such? Well, here's how you deal with such. Number one, involve team members in project planning. Arrange to meet privately and informally with each team member at several points in the project, perhaps for lunch or coffee. Number three, be available to hear team members' concern at any time. Next, encourage team members to pitch in and help others when needed. And finally, complete a project performance review for team members. Now, regarding internal customers, first of all, who are internal customers, okay? Now, internal customers are individuals within the organizations who are customers for projects that meet the needs of internal demands. So remember, a customer holds the power to accept or reject the results, okay? Early in the relationship, the project manager will need to negotiate, clarify, and document project specifications and deliverables. So some of the common stumbling blocks when dealing with internal customers, okay, basically within your organization, some of the early stumbling blocks will include lack of clarity about precisely what the customer wants, lack of documentation of what is wanted, a lack of knowledge of the customer's organization and operating characteristics, unrealistic deadlines, budgets, or specification requests by the customer, hesitancy of the customer to sign off on the project or accept responsibility for decisions, and finally, changes in project scope. So if you're going to meet the needs of the customer, the client, or the project owner, you need to, pay attention to the following. Learn the client's organization's buzzwords, culture, and business. Number two, clarify all project requirements and specification in a written agreement. Number three, specify a change procedure. Number four, establish the project manager as the focal point of communication in the project organization. But just so we are on the same page, who are external customers? With external customers, we're just talking about the customers when the project is actually marketed outside, okay? Or when the results of the project are going to be used outside. So those are external customers. In the case of a car company, let's say a Ferrari, the external customers could be the buyers of the automobiles. But if you're managing a project within the organization, okay, if you work for Ferrari and you're managing a project in that organization, then Ferrari itself is an internal customer. So that is the thing about, the relationship that exists between stakeholders and the project manager. If there is any question, as always, do let me know. I'll see you in the next video.